It was supposed to be a celebration. Balloons floated lazily above the dining table, and the scent of vanilla cake mingled with old wood and lavender perfume. Grandma Elsie turned 82 that day, the matriarch of the Holloway family, known for her sharp wit and sharper secrets.
Is everyone ready for cake? I can't wait, Grandma.
The party was intimate, just her 3 children, 2 grandchildren, and the caretaker, Marla. They gathered in the ancestral home, a creaking Victorian mansion tucked into the foggy hills of Ravenshade. But as the clock struck 8:00 p.m., the lights flickered. A gust of wind slammed the windows shut, and when the power returned, Grandma was slumped over her cake, face pale, eyes wide, a single slice missing. No one saw anything, no one heard a scream. The coroner said it was poison, but the real mystery was why and who. Clues began to unravel. A torn photograph hidden beneath the cake stain, showing Grandma with a man no one recognized. A birthday card unsigned with the words, "You never told them the truth." Marla, the caretaker, had vanished before the police arrived. And the youngest grandchild, Lily, whispered to her mother. Grandma said someone was watching her in the mirror. As the family spirals into suspicion and grief, the house itself begins to change, doors locking on their own, whispers in the attic, and Grandma's rocking chair moving at night. Was it a family betrayal, a ghostly revenge, or something far older buried in the Holloway lineage? But after Grandma Elsie's death, the silence turned sinister. The family stayed the night, the police had questions, and no one was allowed to leave. The cake sat untouched, except for the one missing slice. Lily, the youngest, kept staring at the ornate mirror in the hallway, the one Grandma always kept covered with a velvet cloth. "She said it shows things that aren't real," Lily whispered to her brother. "But I saw someone in it. Someone behind her." That night, strange things began to happen. Unseen footsteps echoed through the halls, always stopping outside Grandma's locked bedroom. The mirror, now uncovered, reflected not the hallway, but the dining room, frozen in the moment of Elsie's death. A music box began playing on its own, the same lullaby Grandma used to hum when she was nervous. Elsie's eldest son, Richard, found a hidden drawer in her writing desk. Inside, a bundle of letters, yellowed with age, all addressed to someone named Margaret. The last one read, "If they ever find out what we did in 1954, it won't just be my life that ends. The house remembers, the mirror sees, and the debt must be paid." Meanwhile, Marla, the missing caretaker, was found wandering the woods at dawn barefoot, muttering about the girl in the mirror and the man with no eyes. The family was no longer asking who killed Grandma. They were starting to wonder what did. Richard couldn't sleep. The letters haunted him, especially the one about 1954. He remembered Grandma mentioning a childhood friend named Margaret, but she was never spoken of after the war. The next morning, he and his sister Evelyn searched the attic, where Elsie kept old trunks and forgotten heirlooms. They found a locked chest. Inside, a faded diary, a rusted locket, and a newspaper clipping. Local girl missing, Margaret Bell, 17, vanished after Holloway Manor seance. The diary revealed everything. In 1954, Elsie and Margaret had formed a secret circle. They believed the mirror in the hallway was a portal, not to the dead, but to memories that refused to die. During a seance, Margaret vanished. No body was found. Elsie claimed she ran away. But the diary said otherwise. She was taken. The mirror chose her. I should have gone instead. The locket held a photo of Margaret, and behind her, a shadowy figure with hollow eyes. That night, Lily screamed. She said Margaret spoke to her from the mirror, told her the pact was broken, the debt is due. The house began to rot from the inside. Wallpaper peeled, clocks stopped, and the birthday cake, untouched for days, now had 2 slices missing. Elsie hadn't just been murdered. She'd been claimed. The Holloway family tried to leave. They packed their bags, called for a car, even tried walking down the foggy hill. But every road led them back to the mansion. It was as if the house had swallowed the map and them with it. Lily refused to sleep. She said Margaret was crying in the mirror, begging them to give him what he wants. But no one knew who he was. Until the clock struck midnight. The house began to bleed memories. Evelyn found herself locked in the nursery, surrounded by toys she hadn't seen since childhood, and one she never owned, a porcelain doll with hollow eyes. Richard's phone played voicemails from 1954, voices of girls laughing, then screaming, then silence. The dining room mirror no longer reflected the present. It showed a man in a black suit, faceless, standing behind each family member, one by one. They called him the debt collector, a spirit born from broken promises and blood-bound pacts. Grandma Elsie had made a deal, Margaret's life for protection. But now that Elsie was gone, the pact was void. And the collector had come to collect. One by one, family members began to vanish, not violently but quietly. Their reflections faded first, then their voices, then their names from family photos. Only Lily remained untouched. Because she had something the collector wanted, the truth. Lily stood alone in the hallway, staring into the mirror. The collector had taken everyone. Richard, Evelyn, even Marla, who had returned only to vanish again. Their reflections had faded, their voices erased. Only Lily remained because she hadn't broken the pact. She placed her hand on the glass. It rippled like water, and pulled her in. Inside the mirror realm. Time didn't exist. The house was frozen in 1954, the night of the seance. Margaret stood in the nursery, unchanged, her eyes hollow but kind. "He feeds on guilt," she whispered. "But you're not guilty, you're the key." Lily saw Grandma Elsie, younger, terrified, holding the locket. "I didn't mean to trade her," she sobbed. "I just wanted to be safe." The collector appeared, a faceless figure stitched from shadows and regret. He reached for Lily. But she didn't run. She offered the locket. "I know the truth now, and I forgive her." The mirror cracked. The collector screamed, not in rage but in release. The pact was broken, not by blood but by truth. Back in the real world. The house was quiet, the mirror shattered. Family photos reappeared with everyone smiling, even Grandma Elsie. Lily stood in the hallway, older now, holding the locket. She aged years in minutes. She turned to leave the mansion. But before she did, she whispered to the broken glass. "Some debts are paid in silence, others in love." And the last slice of cake, still missing. I hope you guys like this video. For more videos, do like, share, comment, subscribe, and follow on social media.